You guys ever feel just stuck in a situation, just kind of overwhelmed and like, I don't know what I'm going to do? Just any, not even financial. I think that's common for most of us in this day and age because life is so busy. But a new survey from Talker Research finds 53% of Americans feel stuck, overwhelmed, or unsure of what to do with their finances. The biggest reason they're feeling financially frozen, if you will, is the overwhelming amount of information online, social media, all the things.
Yeah, I believe it. And, it's interesting because from a financial standpoint in the office, of course, Greg is the wealth manager here, and I don't do that side of the business. But on the personal front, I do handle a lot of our finances and our investments because he just doesn't have time to do it. And I kind of just will ask him and do check-ins of what he wants me to do. And then I do my own thing. I go rogue sometimes to do my own thing. But I understand from a consumer's perspective, that frozen when you're dealing with the crazy ups and downs that we've had the last few weeks, right? And so and I know, I may not be licensed for it, but I know what to do. And I know, how to look at the financials of companies and all those things. And I'm looking at this stuff and I'm even almost frozen sometimes. And I texted Greg the one day, I was working from home and I'm like, hey, what should I do here? Do you want me to do anything? He's like, it's fine. He's like, I think we should buy more.
It's on sale.
In my head, I'm like, okay, I know that, but I was frozen for a moment. Was that last week, Greg? I can't remember what day it was.
A few weeks ago.
I was just so overwhelmed by everything happening. And I'm like, I don't see an end in sight. So from a normal everyday person that's just doing their best to save and put money away and dollar cost averaging, I understand when you're getting close to retirement thinking, okay, I don't want to make the wrong move, so I'm just not going to do anything. And sometimes not doing anything is the wrong move as well.
And sometimes they just fall victim to paralysis by analysis.
Yeah.
And if you're not careful, you can get slapped hard by Google. I mean, think about it, Kristin, with some of the health things you were going through in the last couple of years, some of the struggles there.
You make fun of me about Google, but Google was...
But I mean, one day you have terminal cancer.
I never said I had terminal cancer.
And then another day it's this. And,
my goodness.
No, and you didn't say you had it, but you're saying...
So now
this
I
article,
know...
No, you said this article I read said that this could be cancer,
goodness.
right? And then another article said...
So, hold on. I got to defend myself here. I was having night sweats, unexplained fevers, and I lost 20 pounds.
That's a lot. That's concerning.
So, okay. Thank you.
Well, I'm laying next to you, so there's the night sweats.
Oh, my.
Hey, Greg, you better be careful. She's going to slap you so hard, Google won't be able to find you.
I'm telling you.
If there's any doctor listening, call in and be on my side on this.
Yes. So... There's a family that we met with in the last 6 months or so. Great family, awesome people, respect the daylights out of them. But they come in and the husband, who just can't help himself, research. But he got freaked out when Biden got elected and moved everything to cash, and he never reinvested for the entire Biden presidency. And so just stayed making a couple percent
there were
interest.
some good market runs in there, too.
There was a couple really good years. 23 and 24 were really good years. So, and we came up with a solution, and he's still researching. So great people. And, I wish them all the best. I hope they have a great, successful retirement. But I'm really worried because no decisions are being made because he just can't stop analyzing everything, second guessing every decision. And so in this regard, we have to be careful. Now, there were two things brought up that really bothered people. One was inflation and cost of living.
Figuring that out, yeah.
Yeah, and part of that really is two parts. You got the working people that are worried about the eggs prices going up and gas prices going up, and then you've got those who are retired wondering if what they've saved is enough to keep up so that they can provide enough income to keep doing what they want to do, to live their lifestyle and keep up with the costs as they increase. And that is a legitimate concern. It really is. And that's why it's so vital to have a written income plan. It's so important that we piece that off and say, okay, I've saved this pile of money or these piles of money all over the place, whether it be an old 401k or whatever. Mm-hmm. And now, how do I put this to work for me? You know, the broker says, hey, the 60-40 plan, put 60 in stock, 40 in bonds, and pull out 4%. And there's some people on the radio who tell you only need $10,000 a year because AARP reported it. But I can tell you, most of the people we meet don't believe that because they need a lot more. And what I see here is that we need a plan that fits you personally, that lets you see that you can go on the trips, you can do all the things that are important to you, whatever that means to you, fix up the house, take the grandkids out to do things, spoil your family, love living retirement, and not worry about inflation taking you down. So you need to plan for the long term, and you need to plan also for the different phases, because retirement takes essentially 3 phases. It takes the initial phase, which I think is the best phase, where you got health, you got time, you've got resources, and now the world is your canvas. Let's go paint the next beautiful portrait of what you want your retirement life to look like.
Love that.
And then you've got phase number 2, which is when you don't quite feel as energetic about all the things you used to feel energetic about. Mm-hmm. You're just not as passionate about playing golf as much. You know, one of my clients came in for a review last week, and I said, how's your golf game? He said, Greg, I gave it up. I said, oh, I hate to hear that. He said, yeah, I just don't, it's just not in me anymore. And I said, well, I said, go find something else that you love to do. Mm-hmm. And so that second phase tends to slow down, and you know, you don't quite spend as much. So therefore, as inflation catches up on one side, your spend goes down slightly. So you don't have to necessarily keep up with every dollar of inflation. And then if you're fortunate enough to live into your late 80s, early 90s, then you're not doing a whole lot. You know, you go to your doctor's appointments, and that's kind of the excitement for the day. And you watch that Farmer Needs a Wife or whatever it is on TV. There's your entertainment. Or you go to Walmart and, you get the people watch, and that's always exciting as well.
That is a pastime in itself, yes.
It is. And so that's one concern, inflation and cost of living. The other one was investing. On the investing side, you got buy and hold, which is okay when you are young and putting money in on a regular basis. Index funds, which tend to not be that efficient. And then you've got tactical. And we believe that your retirement should be made up of something tactical that can move with the ebbs and flows of what's actually happening.